welcome back to the René of Paris channel for another live stream. Today's video is going to be all about our cap constructions. I'm Abby Andrew, I'm the Alopecia Ambassador for this channel, meaning that I talk about the wigs from the perspective of someone who wears them daily and also experiences full hair loss, so I don't have any hair under this wig. So today I am going to talk about all of the different cap constructions and just explain the differences and the different benefits of each of them so you can decide which one is best for you. So just to go over some of the words that you might be familiar with the cap constructions, there's monofilament, double monofilament, lace front, lace part, what's the difference? Machine tied, there's something else new called the featherlight machine tied caps. There are so many different fantastic cap constructions, and different cap constructions work differently, work best for different people. So I'm going to go over all of the details of each of them. I have all these wigs around me now with all of the different features to show you, and then hopefully this video can also help you decide what works best for you as well. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it, but as I talk, feel free to leave any comments and questions below and I can answer them as we go. Of course, this is always open for Q&A, and if you are watching this video and you want to go back and rewatch it later, we also always post all of our live streams on our page after we are done being live, so you can always go back and rewatch anything if you want to go back and review anything later. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it because I have so many different cap constructions to talk about. I might as well start with the one that I'm wearing right now, which is a very common cap. This is a machine tied cap. I'll show you what it looks like from the top and also what it looks like from the inside. So a machine tied cap is a really common cap. It's more on the affordable side, and it also gives you a really nice added volume. It has really good durability. So those are some of the benefits of a machine tied cap. Here's what it looks like on top. It really just looks like pretty standard where the hair is tied in. And then to show you from the inside what that looks like. This one that I'm wearing now, this one is Silky Sleek in Smoky Forest from the Muse collection. I absolutely love this style and color so much, and it is also heat friendly, which is nice. The Muse collection has some of my favorite colors that René of Paris has of all time. They're just so fun and so unique. I've never seen a wig this kind of color before, and I really love this Smoky Forest color is what it's called. So here's what the machine tied cap looks like from the inside. This is just one version of it. Sometimes it has open wefting, which I'll show you in a moment as well. But this is specifically this type of cap from the Muse collection. So again, Silky Sleek. So this one in particular has this soft net on the back, which is really nice. It's just really comfortable on your head, and that's what the machine tied cap looks like. Again, this is the kind of thing that I feel comfortable wearing directly on my shaved head. I don't feel like this is uncomfortable to wear. There are also some cap constructions that I'll show in a moment that are particularly designed for someone who is wearing it on their shaved head and who does have a particularly sensitive scalp, so I will show those options if you're someone that has a sensitive scalp. But again, all of these cap constructions that I'm going to show you, I personally wear with no wig cap or anything on my shaved head and feel completely comfortable that way. So here's, again, this one. So it has the soft net on the back instead of the open wefting, which is another common backing you'll see. So there's kind of two main components of a cap construction. There's the element that's on top, which is what will affect how the top of your head looks, whether it looks like, the way it looks like the hair is attached to your head or not. And that's what that looks like here. That's the machine tied cap. And then sometimes wigs have either open wefting or the soft net. So this is an example of soft net. So now I'm going to pick up another one here. This one, I feel like I should show it wearing it first and then go into the cap, but this will be an example of a soft net machine tied cap with a open wefting. So here you can see the difference here. So this is Silky Sleek with the soft net. And then here is Harlow, which I'm going to put on in just a moment. This is from the Noriko Collection. This will be Harlow in the color Champagne Silver, which is absolutely gorgeous. But here's an example of the open wefting. So this is a really great option for you if you maybe live in a hot climate or something. This will be a little bit more breathable as well because it is open, as you can see. But again, the way that looks on the outside will pretty much have the same effect. So they are very similar, and on top you have the same type of cap. Now, with Harlow specifically, there's something called the Featherlight Machine Tied Cap, which is really nice for an extra lightweight option. Now, neither of these feel particularly heavy to me, but this is just an extra option for that really, really lightweight kind of effect while still being a machine tied cap. So let's go ahead and put on Harlow in Champagne Silver from Noriko, which has that Featherlight machine tied cap. Just using my wide tooth comb to comb it out, which I love for detangling purposes. I really love this wig combination and color. It's just so gorgeous. Okay, so here is Harlow in Champagne Silver. Now something else that machine-tied caps give you, if you like this feature, is that with machine-tied caps you really have the extra added volume because machine-tied caps also have a little bit of permatease. Now the reason there's permatease is for that extra volume, so if you kind of like the look of bigger hair. So this is kind of what that gives you. So it kind of just has that really nice, blown out, styled, done up, glamorous look, and I really love how this looks with Harlow. So again, this is Harlow in Champagne Silver, this really gorgeous kind of platinum blonde. I wish I had a red lipstick to put on, because whenever I wear blondes this light, I love to wear it with like a bright red lip or something. But this style is just so cute in general, but this is a really good example of the Feather Light machine-tied cap. So as you can see, it looks the same on the outside as a regular machine-tied cap, it just gives you that extra lightweight feel. But again, I don't feel like a regular machine-tied cap is particularly heavy, but that's just if you want that extra lightweight feel to it. So that was Silky Sleek that I showed first, and this is Harlow in Champagne Silver, and this is from Noriko. So the machine-tied cap is a wig cap construction that you'll find in a lot of our collections, but it is common in the Noriko Collection, for example, where you have a lot of the wigs in the Noriko Collection have that really gorgeous added volume, voluminous hair to it. So if you like that cap construction, that might be a good place to look. But again, these cap constructions are in most of our collections. I also will say that if you like a certain cap construction, you can go to our website, reneofparis.com, and you can go to the style viewer, like the style selector, and you can select different filters. So if you learn about a wig cap today that you're like, that's the one I want for sure, you can go on the wig finder, select a cap construction that you like, and then you'll see all of the different wig options available in that cap construction. So let's go ahead and move on to another option. I'm going to go into the territory of monofilament now. So there's a couple of different features you'll see if you're browsing different wig options. There's monofilament, then there's double monofilament, and then sometimes you'll see monofilament with lace front, sometimes you'll see it without lace front. So first I'm going to give an example of a wig that just has single monofilament. This wig here is one of my all-time favorites. This one is also from the Noriko Collection. So again, a lot of these cap constructions will be available across a lot of the different lines that we have, and most of the lines will have multiple different options. So just like Harlow is from the Noriko Collection, Shiloh is also from the Noriko Collection, but this one has that single monofilament. So I'm actually going to show you what it looks like from the inside first, because that'll help explain what's going on when I put it on. So here's what that single monofilament layer looks like. And single monofilament and double monofilament will kind of have the same effect, which kind of gives you the look of your scalp peeking through. And I'll explain the difference between those in a moment, but there's what the monofilament looks like. And if you're comparing that to a machine-tied cap, here's the Featherlight machine-tied cap, single monofilament. And what that does is on a monofilament wig cap, it gives you the effect like your own scalp is peeking through, which is really nice. Let me just comb this out. Again, Shiloh is definitely one of my favorite styles of all time. This is one that I've worn a bit already, but it's still in pretty good shape. Love this wig. Again, this is creamy blonde. So what monofilament gives you is it gives you the effect on top that your scalp is peeking through. Now you don't have that with machine-tied caps. There's different benefits to a machine-tied cap, but if you like the look of your scalp peeking through, a monofilament cap is one option for that. And the other really nice thing about a monofilament wig cap is that you can part the hair in any direction. So right now it's parted a little bit to one side, but if I wanted to, if I parted it to the other side, I would still have the effect of scalp peeking through. So you have a little bit more styling flexibility, because no matter how you part it, it looks like it's just growing right out of your own head. And because of that kind of hand-tied element, it also lays a little bit flatter. So this is actually a good example. It actually has a little piece of machine-tied in the back on this particular wig. So you have that nice volume just right here, and then it lays flatter here. So with monofilament, it also lays a little flatter. So if you like the voluminous look, machine-tied is a good option. If you want it to lay a little bit flatter to your head, then monofilament is a good option. There you go. Now to show a wig with double monofilament. Now the only difference with a single monofilament and a double monofilament wig really is that the double monofilament just has that extra layer of fabric on top, and that is particularly for if you have a sensitive scalp. So it is designed specifically for medical purposes, but anyone can wear a double monofilament cap. You can still wear it if you have hair of your own. But if you are someone who has hair loss and you have a sensitive scalp and you want something that's going to be extra comfortable, extra soft in your head, that is exactly what the double monofilament is designed for. So as you can see, it has the same effect on top of the scalp peeking through, but this just has that one layer of fabric, and this just has an extra added layer of fabric on the inside. So it's just extra smooth and soft on top of your head. On a bunch of the caps, on a lot of the ones that I've already shown, you also have this kind of silicone strip on the front here. This is Tatum from the Amore Collections. This is a cap construction that you'll see commonly in the Amore Collection, which is designed specifically for people with hair loss. Again, anyone can wear these wigs, but it is great for if you are experiencing hair loss and you just want something extra comfortable and extra natural looking. But the silicone strip also gives you that extra grip on your head, so it just kind of gives you just a little bit of grip. Nothing too crazy, but just something nice to kind of hold on to keep it on your head. All of the caps that I'm showing, by the way, all have adjustable straps on the nape of the neck, here and here. All of the ones that I've showed have this, and almost all of our wigs in all of our collections have this. But that's just to make sure that the wig fits your head size. Again, we have this open wefting with the double monofilament cap. And then let me put this on and show you. It's going to have the same effect as the single monofilament. So if you just like the effect of scalp peeking through, then double monofilament and single monofilament will work for that. But then double monofilament just gives you that added layer of fabric on the inside for extra comfort. So this is Tatum from the Amore line, which is one of my favorite go-to wigs of all time. It is just so easy, so natural, and so comfortable, so easy to manage. It is just so fantastic. I wore this wig for like 5 years straight of my life. Of course, you have to replace wigs periodically when they last for a certain amount of time, and then you get a new one. But I wore this exact style for 5 years of my life before I was comfortable switching up wigs all the time. So this one has a place in my heart forever. I will always have a Tatum in my collection, but it is just such an easy to manage wig. But this kind of cap construction, all of the wigs in the Amore collection have this kind of cap construction with the double monofilament. And again, you can really see it here. Like, look, no matter how I part the hair, it just looks like your own scalp peeking through. Like, that is crazy. Whereas you don't actually get that with the machine tied cap. Like, look at that. That's just crazy. So that's nice. So no matter what you do with your hair, it's just going to look extra natural. This kind of cap construction was really nice. I kind of messed up the hair doing that, but this cap construction was really nice for me when I was in a phase of my life where I did not want anyone to know that I had alopecia. I did not switch up wigs. I only wore this one wig style every day of my life. So this was really great for having a natural looking wig. Nobody ever questioned if I was wearing a wig. The really quick story here, I remember a time where I was opening up to a friend that I had met recently, and I wanted her to know that I was wearing a wig, even though I kept it a secret from most people. And I was wearing this wig, and I told her, I wear wigs. And she was like, okay, like, where are they? Like, she thought that this was my hair, and I was just like confessing to her that I sometimes wear wigs. But so even when I was telling her, like, I'm wearing a wig right now, she was like, no, you're not. I can see your scalp. Like, what are you talking about? No, you're not. Like, even though I was telling her, she still did not believe me. Okay, so now moving on. I will show another cap construction that is available in the Amore collection as well, that is slightly different. This one has a soft net, similar to the machine tied cap that I showed before. If anyone has any questions of what I've talked about so far, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I know I'm going over this pretty quickly here. I can always do a recap video later on, just giving the highlights. And I actually do have, on our YouTube channel, I do have a video that I've made for the René of Paris channel. We have a couple of videos talking about the different cap constructions on there as well. So if you want to go back and learn more about all of these wig caps, you can also go and watch that video on our YouTube channel. Just search wig caps in the search bar on our channel. The name of this wig, this one is Tatum from the Amore Collection, and this is in the color Cappuccino, I believe. Let me double check. This one's dark chocolate, actually. So Cappuccino and dark chocolate are pretty similar, but this one is dark chocolate. I love this wig so much. This is wonderful. Okay, so now moving on to another wig cap that you'll find in the Amore Collection. This one has a single monofilament and it has the soft net. So whereas Tatum had that open wefting, this one has that soft net again. So you can see here, open wefting, which again is really good for a breathable option. And then here is that soft net, which is just really also comfortable in your head as well. Wig before Tatum was Shiloh, which was this one. This was Shiloh in Creamy Blonde that I had before from the Noriko line. At the end of this video, I'll go over all of the wigs and their names again in case you missed it. This next one that I was just showing. So this one is Royce from the Amore Collection as well. So this one has a single monofilament, and this one has the soft net instead of the open wefting. This one, however, has a lace front, which is another feature that I don't think I've mentioned yet. So lace front is a really fantastic feature to look for as well. So sometimes you'll find lace front on machine-tied caps, and you'll find it on monofilament caps. And then there's also something else called lace front, lace part that I'll talk about in a minute. But lace front is kind of separate from the rest of the cap. Some wigs have it, some wigs don't. It just depends on the style. So let me go ahead and put this on. Okay, so this is Royce from the Amore Collection. Gorgeous style. This is Milk Tea LR. Where did my comb go? Sorry, I'm just burying myself in wigs and wig tools right now, so I'm losing track. This one's really, really pretty as well. So this one, again, you'll have that single monofilament, which has that effect of your scalp peeking through. Now, the lace front is a really good feature for if you have styles that you want to be able to pull back, because that's what gives you the effect of it growing out of your scalp here. So when you pull it back, it just looks like it's growing right out of your head with that lace that I showed on the inside of the cap. So whether you have lace front or not is just up to personal preference, and for me, it's all about the style. So if I have a style like Royce that I want to be able to pull back, like I want to be able to do this with my hands and the hair and have it look natural, then I would want a wig with a lace front. Whereas with Tatum, Tatum does not have a lace front, and the reason for that is because Tatum has bangs, so the hairline is covered anyway. So lace front isn't something you necessarily need unless you have a style that you want to be able to pull back. Now Royce is, yeah, I really, really love Royce. It is a really beautiful, longer, kind of wavy option from the Amore line. So again, you still have that really nice, natural looking monofilament. You can change the part any which way and still have it look natural. And then that combined with the lace front is just so incredibly natural looking. So this is a style that I absolutely love. This color is gorgeous as well. Again, this is Milk Tea, which is so beautiful. I have to wear this one more often. Every time I pull out these wigs for my live streams, I'm like, I need to wear this like today. Okay, so I hope this is all making sense so far. Feel free to leave any questions. I don't want to take this off now. I love this one. Royce from the Amore line. But we're going to move on now. So that I just went over all of the different monofilament options. So you have single monofilament, double monofilament, and then you also sometimes have monofilament with lace front. And again, lace front is just for styles if you want to be able to pull it back and have that hairline look natural. So next I'm going to show an example of a wig that has a machine-tied cap. Again, we're going to go back to what we were talking about before, but this is an example of a machine-tied cap with that lace front again. I'll show you how that looks. This one is the wig Avalon from the Alexander Couture Collection, and this is Spring Honey R. This is a gorgeous curly wavy style. I'm just going to comb it out. Wide tooth combs are really fantastic for curly wigs for detangling without brushing out the curls. This comb specifically, this René of Paris wide tooth comb, is such a game changer for curly wavy wigs. Okay, let's see. Here we go. So again, this is Avalon. Oh, love this style as well, so gorgeous. Love these curls. So with the machine-tied cap, you get that kind of added volume again that the machine-tied cap gives you. But then if you want to be able to brush the hair back, you have that lace front as well. So here's an example of lace front with the machine-tied cap. Whereas Royce had lace front with the monofilament cap. Now, all of these different wig caps, like some people have really strong preferences where they'll only wear one type of wig cap that works for them, but for me, it really depends on the style. So some wigs, I feel like the style itself kind of calls for a certain type of wig cap, whereas a different wig can have a different wig cap. So for me, it's like the hairstyle, if that makes sense. So when I have a style that I want to be extra voluminous, then the machine tied cap is perfect for that because it gives you that nice volume and it keeps it that way. Whereas with like Tatum, for example, that has that monofilament, I really love, but that one I don't want Tatum to be super voluminous, so the double monofilament is really great for that kind of style. Now someone just asked, do you trim the lace front? That is a really great question. So with our lace front wigs, you don't have to trim them. They come pre-trimmed right out of the box, ready to wear, which I definitely want to mention because I used to be really intimidated by lace front wigs because some of the lace front wigs you'll see from like other companies, they come with a piece of lace that comes out to here, you have to cut it yourself. I used to be so scared of like damaging it or something, and then the wig is ruined, but with our lace front wigs, it comes pre-trimmed right out of the box. So this is exactly what you'll get when you get the lace front. It's just ready to go. So no trimming needed, which is really fantastic. Also, no glue needed. So with some lace front wigs, they don't fit until you glue it down, whereas ours, you don't need to glue it down. You could just put it right on your head and it fits naturally and it looks good. The lace front lays flat without any sort of glue, if that makes sense. Definitely a good thing to mention there because some lace front wigs, you have to glue it down, you have to trim the lace and all this extra work. And as you can see, like as I'm switching between these wigs, you can see how quickly I just put it on and have a new style. I don't like having to fuss with my wigs. I don't like having to do any sort of maintenance because I'm always like in a rush off somewhere. So for me, just being able to throw it on and be ready to go, it's crazy. It's so fun. Okay, now we're going into the territory of lace front, lace part wigs. So this is going to have a similar effect to monofilament in terms of the hair looking like it's growing out of your scalp. However, it'll only be in the part area. So like when I was wearing a monofilament wig, I was able to change the part wherever I wanted it to be. Whereas a lace part, it's kind of self-explanatory in the name. The lace is specifically where the part is. So you'll have that natural looking effect of the hair growing out of your scalp, but it'll only be where the part is. So some lace front, lace part wigs, this is what it looks like on the inside. Here's the lace front, and then it extends to the part. So some will already kind of be preset in the middle, some will be to the side. So if you have a strong preference about where you want your part to be, if you're getting a lace front, lace part, definitely check that the lace is where you want it to be. Here's an example of one in the middle. And with this, it's pretty wide still, so you kind of still can move it slightly to the left or slightly to the right. But I'll show what this looks like. That also ends up looking very, very natural as well. This wig that I'm about to show, this one is called Lennox from the René of Paris line. And this is the color Caramel Brown. Okay. When you're putting on the lace front, you want to make sure that no hair is getting caught under. There you go. Okay, love this wig style and color. Love these little blonde highlights here. So here is what that looks like from the top. You have that same lace part, so you can pull the hair back and still have it look like it is growing out of your scalp. Here. And then the part only extends here, but look how natural that looks. Again, it just looks like it's growing right out of your head. And it just goes, it just goes so smoothly from the lace front, lace part. It just looks incredibly natural looking. Now again, with the part just in the middle, you do still have a little bit of flexibility. So like this is a little bit to the side, and then if I wanted to kind of move it to the other side, you can slightly move it to the left or right, but not with monofilament, you can change it any which way you want, but with lace part, you have a specific kind of range where you have that effect of the scalp peeking through. But again, I almost never change the part of a wig. When I have it where I want it, that's almost always where I wear it. So with this wig, I like it exactly where it is. So I don't need the option to flip it all the way over. It's nice to have that with monofilament, but it's not necessarily a requirement because once you decide where you want your part to be, you're probably not going to be changing it constantly. Someone just asked if Tatum was heat friendly. Tatum is not heat friendly. Yeah, so you can always see, if you want to learn more about a specific wig, you can go on our website and search that wig to see features, elements like that, whether it's heat friendly or not. What color is this? This is caramel brown. So this is a really gorgeous kind of dark brunette with just a couple of really subtle golden blonde highlights like this. Very subtle, but very gorgeous. And it's mostly just in the front. But I love that so much. A lot of these colors with René of Paris that have the really nice kind of highlights and ombre kind of effects, it's really nice because if you went to a salon and got that done, it would cost so much money and you'd have to be sitting there for hours and then your hair would just grow out. Whereas when you have it on a wig, it just stays perfect and it's great. So highlights like this, beautiful. Let's see here, what else do I have? I have a couple of other lace front, lace part wigs to show. So here's an example of a wig from the Orchid Collection that has lace front, lace part. This one kind of has a little bit more of a narrow part, and that's because this specific style is really designed to be a middle parted wig, so you have a little bit more of a narrow part. This is Posh in Aqua Paradise from the Orchid Collection. And when you have a smaller piece of lace like that, it's also going to be a little bit more on the affordable side. The Orchid Collection is kind of more like fashion wigs, so features like that can be a little more affordable when you just have the lace exactly where you need it. But what I really love about having a lace part, lace front on a wig that's this kind of color is that it really makes it look like your own hair dyed this color. Because then when you look at the hairline, it just looks so natural that it really just looks like your own hair dyed a fun color. I love this one. Yes, there we go. There's the example of the lace front, lace part here. So again, you have that really natural looking effect of the lace, and then it goes right to a really natural looking part as well. So this is Posh in Aqua Paradise. This one is heat friendly, by the way, which is nice. Okay. And then here's an example, also from the Orchid Collection, of another lace front, lace part wig. This one just has like a little smaller part. And this one is more to the side. So again, sometimes you'll see lace part in the middle, sometimes you'll see it to the side. So you again have that really natural looking effect of the lace front, like it's growing out of your scalp, and then the lace part here. I love this wig too. This one is so much fun. I love this color. This is Envious in the color Envious in Royal Emerald. So the other one was Posh in Aqua Paradise. This is Envious in Royal Emerald. Kind of a similar color, a little bit more on like slightly different shade. Very, very similar. This one's kind of more blue. This one's more like greenish, but not green. It's still blue. And then this one has a rooted color, which is nice. I also like these bright colors when they're rooted because then it looks even more like your own hair just dyed this color because it looks like your roots are growing in. I love this wig too. This is so fun. Okay, so now I'm going to completely change gears and go into talking about one of our human hair lines. So the line, the Fair Fashion Collection, is for people who want human hair wigs. So all of these wigs that I've showed already were synthetic wigs, but this one here is one of the human hair wig lines. Someone just said this is my favorite wig, but in a natural color. Good thing to mention right there is that those two wigs that I showed in like the blue colors that are, I absolutely love those colors. All of these wigs that I'm showing in this video come in a wide variety of colors. So if you like the two wigs that I showed, but you want a natural color, all of those wigs are also available in more natural colors as well. Why do all the wigs have a part on the left? My natural part is on the right. I wish they would make parts on the right. So there are some that do have the part on the right, but here's something to mention too. What's a good example to show? So Danny, Texas Wig Fairy, who's also one of our René of Paris family on here who goes live sometimes, something that she likes to talk about is that you don't necessarily have to stick to where the part is. So what she'll do sometimes, if she has a part to the side and she wants it in the middle, for example, she'll just shift the wig cap. So even though the wig cap technically isn't designed to be in the middle, as long as it works for you and it's comfortable, you don't technically have to wear it the way that it comes. But yes, so Danny feels comfortable kind of switching the part any which way and just wearing it how she wants to. So that is always an option if you are comfortable with that. So right now, like, the wig cap is designed to have the part over here, but I just twisted the whole wig cap so it's here. So you can do that if you want to, but there are also some that do come on the left, some that do come on the right. Okay, so here is one of the Fair Fashion human hair wig cap constructions. So the cap constructions with the Fair Fashion line are just above and beyond, just so fantastic, because this is a line for people who just want like ultimate natural looking everything, just very, very high end, beautiful wigs. So this specific cap is called the Natural Cap, and there are a couple of different there's a couple of different cap constructions within the Fair Fashion collection. Yes, so someone just mentioned that monofilament also works, so that is a good thing to mention. So if you do have a wig and you want it to be parted on the other side, monofilament gives you that flexibility to change that part. So I'll put Shiloh back on, for example. So like right now I have Shiloh parted on one side, but if I wanted to, because that monofilament is really natural looking, the monofilament lets you change the part any which way and still have that effect of the part. So if the lace front lace parts with the part on the one side doesn't work for you, then monofilament's also a good option to have that ability to change the part to where you want it to be. So yes, good thing to mention there. So now moving on to the Fair Fashion human hair line. There's a couple of different cap constructions within Fair Fashion, and these are different from the types of cap constructions that we have with our synthetic wig lines. And we do have a video on our YouTube channel going over specifically the Fair Fashion wig cap constructions if you want to learn more about all of the different types. But this is just one of the examples. This one is called the Natural Cap. This is the style Emily from the Fair Fashion human hair line. So this is just 100% hair and tied, very, very soft and smooth. So earlier I was talking about the difference between single monofilament and double monofilament, and how double monofilament just gives you that extra layer of fabric for added comfort. Emily here with the Natural Cap from the Fair Fashion human hair line has triple monofilament, so it's just extra, extra comfortable. And then you have some of these polyurethane strips, so it gives you that extra grip, and then it also gives you the option to put double-sided tape if you do want that extra grip. Again, I don't feel that it's necessary, because you already have this kind of silicone strip here, which gives you that a little bit of grip on your head. So I always feel like that's enough for it to stay on my head, but you do have these polyurethane strips for if you do want to put the double-sided tape. That is where you would put it. And then here is the adjustable straps here. And then you also have a lace front on this as well. So this is just a very, very high-end kind of cap with the Fair Fashion human hair line that we have. Emily is an absolutely gorgeous wig and extremely natural. So again, with the natural wig cap, it has triple monofilament. So you have the ability to change the part wherever you want. My goodness, every time I put this wig on, I'm just so amazed by how natural it looks. So here is where the part is now. But because it is monofilament, you can change it wherever you want and still have that natural looking scalp peeking through. Sorry, I'm just messing it up real bad. But there you go. So wherever you part it, it just looks like your own scalp peeking through. And it just looks extra, extra natural. So again, this is the Natural Cap from the Fair Fashion human hair line. This is the human hair wig Emily. This one is just so cute and charming. I think last time I wore it, I curled it, so it still has kind of curls left in it from when I did that. But this wig is just so cute, and because of this cap construction, it just looks extra, extra natural. So human hair plus really nice high-end cap. Monofilament that lets you change the part in any direction. Lace front that lets you pull it back and still have it look like it's growing out of your scalp. Every time I wear this wig too, I'm like, I need to wear this more often. So this color is 8/14. So the human hair wig colors are just named differently than the colors in the synthetic wig lines. So this one is 8/14. Oh my gosh, I'm just loving this. This human hair style is just so beautiful. Now there are different, I won't get into this in depth now, but there are pros and benefits to wearing synthetic and benefits to wearing human hair. That is just up to personal preference, and we do have a video about that on our channel as well. So if you need help deciding whether you want to get a synthetic wig or if you want to get a human hair wig and you want to learn about the differences, then we have a whole video dedicated to that as well. I'm someone that tends to wear synthetic wigs every single day. This is the only human hair wig that I own, but I absolutely love it. But human hair does kind of take a little bit more effort because you have to upkeep the style and all that, whereas synthetic just holds its style, which I really, really like. But if you look at this wig, it's also just so beautiful and so natural. And then you have, like, it just looks so gorgeous. My goodness. I'm going to a concert tonight, and now I'm trying to decide which of these wigs I should wear to the show, because now I want to wear all of them. I feel like when I put Royce on earlier, I might end up wearing that one, because that one looked really good. So I hope this was helpful to you all. Just to quickly recap, no pun intended because we're talking about wig caps, but just to kind of recap what we've talked about, there are kind of the main categories of wig caps. You have machine-tied caps, monofilament caps, and then you have lace front, lace part. The last two, monofilament and lace front, lace part, those are what give you that really natural looking effect of your scalp peeking through. This is kind of in its own category because it's in the human hair wig caps, which are different from the rest of them. And then machine tied gives you that look of added volume. So if you really like that beautiful voluminous kind of look to it and you want like bigger hair, then machine tied caps are for you. So it really just depends on what you are looking for. And then of course we have that lace front. So lace front wigs, you're able to kind of push that back and have that natural looking hairline in the front. Whereas if it doesn't have lace front, you can't pull it back like that. But a lot of styles that don't have lace front tend to have bangs anyway, so it's covered by your hair anyway. So if you have bangs, you don't need a lace front because the hairline is concealed anyway. I unfortunately do not have a Scorpio wig with me. If I did, I'd be happy to show it, but maybe I'll try to show that in a future video. So just so I can show you everything that we've showed in this video in case anyone missed, just quickly show you the machine tied cap. Here's what it looks like. Here's one example. Give that really nice kind of added volume to the wig. Really gorgeous. This one is Silky Sleek in Smoky Forest. Obsessed with this one lately. Just love the color. That's from the Muse collection. Then we have Harlow in Champagne Silver from the Noriko line. This one also has that. This is the Feather Light machine tied cap, so it's just an extra light version of a machine tied cap. And then you can really see the gorgeous added volume here, so it's just really nice for that kind of like glamorous, bigger hair kind of look, which is really gorgeous. A lot of the wigs in the Noriko line have that feature with that extra permatease. Love this. Then I think we started going into, well here, I'll talk about this one. This is a machine tied cap with lace front. Those two did not have lace front, but this is machine tied cap with lace. Here's what that lace looks like. This is Avalon from the Alexander Couture Collection in Spring Honey R. So here you kind of have that combination of the voluminous look of the machine tied cap on top, nice durable cap. It's going to really keep that nice volume. Then you have that lace front if you want to have the natural looking hairline. Machine tied cap, lace front. It's Avalon in Spring Honey R. Then we had Shiloh, which has the single monofilament. This one happens to have a little piece of machine tied, so there's a little bit of permatease here for that extra added volume just in the back. And I really love this combination because I like that it's laying flatter to my head in the front with that monofilament, and I like that it has the effect of scalp peeking through, and then you do get the benefit of having that little bit of added volume, which I love. This is Shiloh in Creamy Blonde. This is a much worn and loved wig. Love it so much still. But I always like to mention that because, of course, it's in a slightly older condition now. But we love it. So here's the effect of monofilament. So that's the difference there, is when you have the monofilament, you get the effect of scalp peeking through, and you can change the part wherever you want. So you can part it to the right, you can part it to the left, you can part it in the middle, you have all of the options. Those all have the open wefting in the back, but here's an example of a soft net. So open wefting gives you more breathability. Soft net is just extra soft on the back of your head. This is Royce from the Amore line, so it has single monofilament, lace front with the monofilament, soft net on the back. This is Royce in Milk Tea LR, so long rooted. In love with this one. Royce Milk Tea LR, you have that single monofilament and lace part, so it looks so incredibly natural on the hairline. And again, all of these wigs are adjustable straps. And then we have double monofilament with Tatum. So the double monofilament just gives you that extra added comfort as well. So Tatum in dark chocolate. And I was showing this before, but just any way I part it. Like, let's say the wind is blowing and my hair is just going all over the place. It just looks like your scalp peeking through. It is just, it's crazy. And again, this wig does not have the lace front, but that's because it has bangs, so it's covered anyway. So if you were to pull the hair back, like, you wouldn't do that with this kind of style. So whether you have lace front on a wig or not really depends on the style and whether that kind of style calls for lace front or not. Also, I find that when I'm wearing a wig with a lace front, I have to pay a little bit more attention to if the lace looks good, and it doesn't really take a lot of extra effort, so if you have a style that needs the lace, it's nice to have, but when I don't need the lace and it's covered anyway, I kind of just prefer to not have it, because then I don't have to even think about it and it's covered anyway. So that was all the recap of the wigs that I had to show in this video. Again, if you want to learn more about any of these cap constructions, you can always go to our website, reneofparis.com, to read more about all the different options. We also have a couple of videos on our YouTube channel talking about the different cap constructions, so you can go to that video on our YouTube channel, René of Paris, to learn more about the cap constructions there. And if there's any of these caps that you particularly like and you know that you want, let's say for example you know that you want double monofilament, you can go to our wig finder on our website on reneofparis.com, and you can search by style and just go to the filters. Go to cap constructions, select double monofilament, and all of our wigs that have that double monofilament will be listed, so you can find a wig in any style in the cap construction that you are looking for. And again, all of these wigs that I showed are also available in a variety of different colors, so if any of the wigs that I showed you're like, oh, I want Tatum, which is this one, I want it in blonde, you have plenty of different blonde options as well to choose from. So thank you all for hanging out with me and talking about wig cap constructions. Feel free to watch this video later. It'll be up on our profile later on, so you can review anything that we talked about. And I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. Talk to you very soon. Bye!